Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Tim Toon Jr. here for night two of the NJCAA tournament. Here with my partner, Sebastian Merrick. How you doing, Sebastian?
I'm doing good, my friend. How are you? How about you? How are you doing today?
Hey, man. More basketball day two. Got,
Yeah,
got the semifinal Friday. We got Howard, 1 seed against the 5 seed Potomac State. Looking at Howard, we got the starters. We got Johnson, Norton, Enriquez, Dean, and Tamanji.
yeah. Anthony Jami is gonna
Jami, thank you.
definitely play a big part in this one as well. As the Dragons kind of got saved by the guards last game,
Yeah.
particularly Barfield, who went off with an over 20-point performance. And for the Dragons, they're going to face tougher competition in this one. With respect to Catonsville, Catonsville is not Potomac State. Potomac State's a much better team. They're a much better program. And they're going to have to do a lot better in terms of taking care of the basketball, being strong with the basketball, as Potomac State's got some dangerous weapons.
Rays are led by number 3, Cameron Wilkes, the straw that stirs the drink for this Catamounts team, as well as a nice supporting role by Andre Grant and a couple of bigs they got with Charlo and Yobi.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And Wilkes, and I'll give you credit for this. You noticed how Cam Wilkes
Yeah,
came in with a pretty noticeable limp, so
noticeable
I'm
limp.
very interested to see how healthy he truly is coming into this one. But he is what makes this Catamount offense go. He's a very special player, and he's someone that they need. But if him and Grant are stifled, I think they'll look to go down low to Charlo a little bit and he'll start today alongside Bryant and Damian Thompson. So it'll be very interesting to see how Potomac State responds. They got a great win versus Garrett, but Garrett kind of is not Howard.
Yeah,
So
came down
it'll,
to the wire. That was a close game. We had today 74-72. And looking at tonight's officials for the first game, we got Marty Spencer, Al Holloway, and Tommy Bennett. So after the end of these announcements, semifinals Friday getting ready to start. Howard, Potomac State. Be right back after the break. Back live here at Howard Community College. 5 seed Potomac State going up against number 1 seed Howard. Semifinal Saturday, Friday. Winner goes on to championship Saturday. At the tip, advantage Potomac State.
I do like the sound of semifinal Saturday better, even though it is Friday. I like the
Well, that's what
sound.
it would have been originally, but
And it should have been final Friday. Just
yeah,
just
right.
mix it up.
And 3 ball Thompson. Back of the rim. Charlo fighting it. Has the rebound. Dribbles. Caught in the wash. Bryant. High arcing shot. Missed. Charlo. Tough rebound. Left hand. Yes, sir.
Yeah, no, and Charlo showing out early. 2 offensive rebounds on that possession. We talked about him pregame that if Wilkes and Grant are struggling and or can't get their shots to go, look for him to clean up the glass. And he does a good job getting started for the Catamounts.
Speaking of the rebounds, Charlo on the stat sheet, he had 8 points, 17 boards. And the quarterfinal game yesterday against Garrett.
And that's a Garrett team with a lot of length. So that was a very impressive performance by Charlo.
And there's Eugene Bryant with the steal. Wilkes has it over to Thompson. Guarded by Norton. In the corner to Wilkes, working it around the key. Bryant finds a cutting Grant and blocked by Enrique. Fighting for it is Dami. Jump ball. We're going to call a foul.
Yeah, I like the take there by Grant. Just a little unlucky there. Enriquez has the capabilities to block really any take at the rim if you're just 1 second late. As you got the cut from Grant, he caught Johnson sleeping back door, but Enriquez was able to help with the block.
There's Johnson over to Enrique. Almost stolen away. Bumps into his teammate. Shot altered there by Charlo. Tried to be saved by Jame. Here's Cam Wilkes, has it on the other end. Gonna reset as the Dragons in a 2-3 zone. Shot clock at 15. Wilkes tries, spins. Charlo in the paint. Step back, shot. Big fella is smooth. Charlo with 4 quick points. Active and early.
Yeah, you were 100% right. He's in his bag early in this one. He's not only showing his capabilities to rebound, but getting into the weak spot of the zone defense and knocking it down from the free throw line and another Dragon turnover.
Saw a lot of that in their game when they played Dundalk. Charlo was a menace on the boards. 17:30 in the first half. 4-0 lead for the Catamounts. Wilkes. Thompson in the paint to Charlo. Was looking for Ryan. Back to Thompson. Strong up against Dean. 6-0. Potomac State.
They are finding the creases in that zone defense for Howard right now. And if you're Howard, you got to wake up early. You were able to get away with a slow start versus Chesapeake. That's not really going to work in this one versus the Catamounts.
Dean tries his hand at 3, misses the front. Off the hands of Enriquez, and still coming up empty on the offensive end for the Dragons.
Yeah, and going back to that last possession for Potomac State, Dean was kind of caught in no man's land there, and they found the open spot, and it was a good cut there by Damian Thompson to get that lay-in.
There's Grant over to Bryant. Soars, able to get the block there. He's going to go to the line for 2. Not much resistance there.
Yeah, I put Jami in a difficult spot. That was Dragons allowed Bryant to drive baseline on that one, and he'll go to the line for 2.
First shot misses.
Dragons got to be more disciplined on the defensive end. What allowed Bryant to drive baseline there was Enriquez giving a little reach on that play. Got to be more disciplined, play solid, don't need to be too aggressive. Play good, solid, fundamental defense, stay in front of your man. You're playing into Potomac State's hands otherwise.
16:40 left, first half. Dragons still searching for their first points. Johnson around the key, Dean. Jami setting the pick, asking for it at the foul line. Picks up his dribble. Johnson, 3. Long, Dean, right place, does not get the roll. Second chance. Tries to save it into the advantage of the Catamounts. Wilkes, corner 3, Bryant. Nothing. His first transition move here. Dragons, Johnson, glass, no, Dean. Second chance. Looks like he might have been hit from behind there on Thompson.
Yeah, I don't think that's a shot earlier that Bryant wanted to take. That's not a shot. You want Wilkes, Grant, maybe Thompson in the driving lane, driving the open lanes, or Charlo on a low seal. I don't think you want a Bryant 3 on that one. Good job by the Dragons getting the ball in transition, and Gene's on the line and gets the Dragons finally on the board.
And at this mark it down here, the 16:03 mark. First points here for the Dragons to Christian Dean, who we saw in yesterday's game. Kind of got it going for the Dragons. You know, they seem to be sleepwalking a little bit in the first couple minutes. Similar script here.
Yeah, and it's a script they're not going to get away with in this one. They got to snap out of it real quick.
Grant over to Thompson, trying to break the press. Johnson picks the pocket. Norton. Johnson lays it in. 3-point deficit.
Dragons are going to stay in this 2-2-1 until Potomac State proves they can consistently break it.
Oh, and there's a good look. Bryant, and one. Grant was initially trying to get that alley-oop, but Bryant able to gather himself and get the bucket. As we here got our first media timeout, 15:38. Catamounts on the Dragons early by 5. Back here, 15:38 left here, first half. Eugene Bryant, number 11, at the foul line, shooting one after he converted before the foul. Converts it right there, 6-point advantage. Johnson bringing it up for the Dragons. Searching for some consistency on offense. Dean dribbles in a trap, surrounded by 4 defenders, able to get out of it. There's Roche just subbed in game number 15. Dorton in the corner, Henriquez, and misses. Interesting spot to shoot there.
Yeah, interesting substitution for the Dragons with Roche in for Jami. So they're going to go small, even with Charlo in the game. Do they try to bring Charlo out defensively on the perimeter to defend? If I'm Charlo, it's even more opportunity to potentially clean up the glass.
And 10 on the shot clock. Grant has it. Picks hit by Bryant. Nice feed by Grant. Good defense. Wilkes, 3. Misses. Calling that hit in the top of the backboard. Possession to the Dragons.
Good possession there by Potomac State. I thought they worked very well. They used all 30 seconds of the shot clock, created good offense, and got a really wide open look for Cam Wilkes. Just didn't get it to go.
Dean left wing in the paint. Henriquez guarded by Bryant. Pocket picked by Wilkes, but into the direction of Truth Norton. He drives, kicks out. Dean, 3. Front of the rim. Great hustle by Roche, but it's going to Potomac State.
Dragons had an opportunity. Roche was down low and had Grant on him, and he sealed him pretty well. Unfortunately, Steen could not find him. He did not have the vision to see him.
And there's a press and calls a travel. Thompson didn't agree with that call, but that's what they called.
He definitely traveled on that one. Tough break there for Potomac State. And that's what the 2-2-1 can do to you with that pressure. It causes you to try to think before you or act before you think, and that's kind of what the Dragons want.
And first the substitution in the game, Barfield, number 2. Sub in the game is Wilkes, active hands, making it difficult for this Dragon squad as they had 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Dean one bounded. Johnson, pick set, 3. Cash.
Big shot there for the Dragons. Johnson coming through with a couple seconds on the shot clock, dribbling in it, stepping into it, and knocking it down. And the clock is not working once again.
Yeah, I think it's setting that shot clock there. 30 to 27 seconds.
Dragons coaches giving it to the scorers table. They are not happy because their 2-2-1 press got ruined because of the clock malfunction. I don't blame them for being upset.
You want to have a clean, consistent all around. Brand for 3. Splash.
And now that it leads to a 3, I think I would not want to be some of those redshirt Dragons who are working those scorers tables.
Oh, mercy. 6-point advantage for the Catamounts. Dean over to Barfield. Passes to Johnson. Riquez. Johnson picks it by Roche. Fade away by Johnson. Good look, missed on the front of the rim. Enrique fighting. Knocked away by Bryant and Wilkes has it. Doesn't have the numbers. Grant. Wilkes drives to his left. Float game, high, no. Roche has it. Other end, Johnson. He's got Bryant to beat. And gets it and one. Big momentum play for the Dragons.
Yes, indeed. And if you're Bryant, if you're going to contest it, you can't just give him a little love tap on the after that and one. And he swipes down. The refs say he makes contact with him. And Johnson going to the line for a 3-point play.
That's one where Sebastian, you let that one go and live to fight another day, right there.
Yeah, absolutely.
With that, Brian has got 2 fouls here early in the first half.
Yeah, interesting that they're still keeping him in the game.
Wilkes, 3, long. Charlo fighting with Dean, strong rebound.
Yeah, good job by the Dragons there, getting bodies on Charlo. Dean ending up with it, being strong with the basketball, making sure no one else has possession of it.
Spin move, a pocket pick, great hands there by Thompson.
It's funny.
There.
It's funny, Tim, because we just complimented Dean on his strong ball security, and a second later he loses it.
Pick set by Charlo. Bounce pass in the corner to Bryant. Bounces it off his foot. Rough couple possessions there for Eugene Bryant. Back here for a media timeout. Dragons fighting their way back into. They're only down 3 with the momentum in their possession. Be right back. Back here after the media timeout. 13-10 is the score. Potomac State still holding on to their short lead, but Howard has gained some ground. Barfield to Johnson. Dean. Barfield flashing around the key. Johnson three. Hits the side of the rim. Barfield with the rebound. Drives and finishes. First two for Sincere Barfield.
Yes, sir. And if you're the Dragon, or if you're the Catamounts, excuse me, you got to limit the second chance opportunities the Dragons have, because more often than not, they take advantage of them.
And another turnover there by the Catamounts.
2-2-1 continuing to cause Potomac State issues.
Barfield drives, step back, shot blocked there by Bryant. Into the hands of Wilkes. Thompson, 1-on-1, rush layup, but awkward, but Bryant still gets it to score there.
Awkward was definitely the word for it, but 2 points is 2 points, and
Yeah.
he'll take it.
It's almost like he just hard step and just his momentum carries. Very awkward.
Yeah, couldn't have said it any better, my friend.
15 on the shot clock. Barfield to Henriquez in the paint. Over to Johnson. A little bad pass and bounces and turns it over.
Yeah, it was a bit rough pass there by Enriquez. You got to give Johnson a chance there to catch and get into it. Too low for Johnson, and Dragons turn it over.
We got first entrance to the game. Number 10, Colin Harshman, 6'3 sophomore from Catonsville. And number 0, Caden Fawcett, subbing in for the Catamounts. There's a lob pass, Bryant. Fawcett, pump fakes, drawing the defense in. Back to him, 3. Long. Norton with the rebound. Drives. Corner being stopped there by Bryant. Barfield, 3, in rhythm. Misses the side of the rim there. Wilkes with the rebound. To his left, drive strong, stops, pop. Side of the rim, missed. Barfield rebound. And nice pass, Barfield. Yes, catch by Norton. Dribbles back in, bounce past Roche. Pro hop, left, right hand. No. Gets it back. Able to draw the foul on Charlo.
The persistence there by Roche. Once again, just having a knack to find the ball. Misses the first layup, doesn't get the roll. Potomac State has a couple of guys that want it but can't get it and Roche's like, I'm going to come in, get it for myself, and he's going to go to the line for 2 shots.
And first one is good for Roche. As Giannis Ubi subs into the game, number 23. Last game, he had 9 points, 4 rebounds. And 1 for 2 on the trip for Roche. As 15-13 is the score, Catamounts still holding on to their short lead. Bryant, guarded by Enrique, drives to his right, spins, back out to Fawcett, back to Bryant. Fawcett drives, traveling.
I like the offense, though, for Potomac State. They haven't gotten scores lately, but you can tell they have a certain identity, and they're sticking to it, and it's working for them. And it's worked for them more often than not. It's kind of been a rough spell these past couple of minutes, but if they stick to it, I like their chances.
And Roche out on the left wing. Barfield drives, step, rise, fire. Yes. That's 4 for Barfield.
That's a very difficult shot, too. And I think one that Potomac State's fine giving up. A long fadeaway, 2, going away from the basket. Barfield hits shots that many others cannot hit.
Applying the pressure to Wilkes. It's an interesting battle with those two. Wilkes misses the shot there. Here come the Dragons other end. Norton drives amongst the contact. Cannot score rebound. Bryant. And then the foul they're going to call on Harshman. See here on the replay there. Norton was pressing the issue. Up to 4 team fouls for the Catamounts, 3 for the Dragons.
Yeah, and for Potomac State to be tied with Howard right now, and for Wilkes to have a total of 0 points, I don't think many people have seen that. But the testament to the supporting cast of the Catamounts.
That was not on my bingo card. Wilkes out. Grant 3. Hit the big one yesterday. Circles out for him. And last touched by.
Out of bounds.
Looks like it's Potomac State ball.
Re-entry of the game for the Dragons.
Jami heading back into the game. The 6'7" sophomore from Paris, France. Wilkes, Bryant, back to Wilkes. Fawcett thought about the 3. Bryant trying to break this press. This 2-3 zone, and Norton drives the lane, lays it up, and the Dragons have their first lead, 17-15. Here at the media break. We'll be right back after this. Back here, the Howard Dragons have climbed back and taken the lead here, 17-15. Largely done here, Sebastian. They're leading in the rebound department, 16-11.
Yeah, and to do that, they've gotten those advantages with Charlo, who's been on the bench lately. So we'll see how long Potomac State keeps him out.
And there's Grant, able to tie it up here at 17, finding his stroke.
That'll be big for his confidence, too, after committing a pretty rough turnover, which caused the timeout. Comes back next possession, gets a nice basket to go. That should help his confidence for the freshman guard.
And Norton, long pass to Jami. Harshman was open for a second there. Little late as Brian tips it away. See what the Dragons here can engineer with 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Barfield will inbound it. Rally pass to Norton. He has it. 7 seconds, shot clock. Drives to his left, kicks it out. Roche, 3-2, floats. Looks like he might have lost in the air. Yobi has it. Now Bryant. Handed to Grant to Wilkes. Over to Fawcett, back to Wilkes, working it around the key. Bryant, Grant, Wilkes. Yobi coming up for the pick here in the zone. Wilkes, floats, what a dime! Oh, would have been a nice finish there. Great contest there by Roche. What a dime this was, Sebastian.
Yeah, beautiful pass. I like the foul there by Roche. Come on, make him earn it from the free throw line. And he's got the capabilities to block any shot. He's got probably the most jump and bounce on the team.
A nice compliment to Jami. Sure.
Very.
Re-entering the game for the Dragons, number 11, Emmanuel Henriquez.
Emmanuel Henriquez subbing back into the game at the 6:44 mark here in the first half.
Good stint for Harshman in terms of just bringing calm and stability That's what he brings on the floor. In addition to his shooting ability, I thought he did a good job of that, getting the Dragons kind of back closer to the lead.
6:35 left here in the first half. Day 2 here, the Region 20 tournament semifinal Friday. Winner goes to the championship. Barfield missing 3. Jami, paint, rebound, gets his pocket picked. A lot of active hands by the Catamounts here in the first half. Wilkes, bounce pass. Yobi, blocked there by Jami. Roche gets the rebound.
Yeah, good hands there by Jami to get that block. Dragons need to settle down on the offensive end, however.
Rique swinging it around the wing. Roche, deep 3. And the bank is open.
Yeah, I
Give
think
them the lead.
they'll live with that, Potomac State. That was not a good shot, but it went in, and I guess that makes it a good shot. But I think that's one Potomac State. You just chalk up it to the luck, and you got to move on.
Very uncharacteristic for Roche to shoot that 3 ball. And as Grant drives, trapped, shot, in and out, rebound Roche. Barfield swings it over to Roche. Back to Barfield. Man-to-man defense. Barfield, corner, 3. Hits the back of the rim. Wilkes rebound. He's got numbers. Bounce pass, Fawcett. Wilkes, deep 3. Thought about it. Good active hands by Barfield. Knocks it down. Wilkes drives, foul line, high arcing shot. Great defense there by Barfield to end the shot pattern there for Wilkes there.
Yeah, and if you were Wilkes, he had a couple guys on the left side that were all by himself, Grant being one of them who can really stroke it, and the other one that was wide open for Potomac State looked like it was Fawcett. Couldn't get a good look on who it was as that was deep in the corner, but nonetheless, a couple maybe better options for Wilkes there on that play.
Norton over to Dean. In the paint to Jami. Draws the attention of the defense. Enrique can't finish, but then a call Grant there to slap on the arm. And that's going to be the 5th team foul on the Catamounts.
I'll tell you what, you got to give Grant credit for getting that high up there. I will say, if you're Enriquez, though, you probably would expect yourself to finish through that contact, especially through a guard, but nonetheless, 2 shots.
Yeah, and you've seen a lot of him. You know, you formerly working on the staff. You're one of the better, stronger finishers on this team.
Yeah, I would say he is probably the strongest finisher on this team, and I wish he would attack the lane more and whatnot. But he's still growing as a player, and he'll get there throughout his career. I'm sure he will.
1 for 2 on that trip. Grant deep in the corner to Fawcett. He looks ready for the 3, misses the front. Enrique with the rebound.
Yeah, just a little flat on that attempt there. Not enough legs. And Howard with the chance to extend this to a 2-possession game.
Norton in the corner. In the paint to Jami. Drives. And a reach in there on Wilkes.
Yeah, that was a very intelligent play there by Jami. You get the little guy in Wilkes on you. You get the reach in foul. And that was very, very intelligent there by Jami.
Potomac State foul number 3, Cam Wilkes. That's his first and the team's 6th.
First personal there on Cameron Wilkes.
Timeout, Howard.
As Coach Melkinson wants to call a timeout here. Here for the last media timeout. Get the fellas in order for this last stretch as we head into the half. 21-19, 2-point edge for the Dragons. 4:03 left here in the first half. 2-point advantage for Howard. Off the foul here, the Dragons will inbound. Enrique under the basket. Norton tries his hand, the three. Swish. Interesting release, but it doesn't matter how it looks as long as it goes in.
And my apologies for the mic issues, but that's the Norton release on that one, and he's very capable of that. He'll have a couple games where he's just so on and off, but hopefully the Dragons get one of those where he's on today.
There's a traveling violation there for the Catamounts. Been quiet as of the last couple of possessions here. They've gone a little cold on the offensive end.
Yeah, if you're Howard, this is a time to strike. Try to extend this lead and maybe a double-digit lead and put that doubt in Potomac State that, like, this is a different level.
Norton hesitates. Dean, three, corner. Too strong. Wilkes tried to get it, fortuitous bounce, but Grant picks his pocket. 2-2 break. Grant soars and scores with the layup.
Very nice play there by Grant. You're really impressed with him and his overall game. That one, he was able to get that steal and then go the full length of the court and do all that at his size is pretty impressive. He's a heck of a player, and he's only a freshman.
Trying to pace this Catamounts team. He's got 7 points. And long pass to Jami. And able to draw the foul in the paint there. And who's that foul's on? So number 0, that's Fawcett.
Yeah, Jami able to get the mismatch down low. Fawcett just could not handle him with his lack of size compared to Anthony Jami, and Jami going to the line for a 1-and-1.
And Thompson swimming back into the game for Fawcett. And gets that first one to fall. Nice stroke there by Jami. The free throw line hits those two. 5-point advantage.
Yeah, important shots there from Jami, especially you get the front of him 1-and-1, and here comes the blitz, the occasional blitz by Howard. Show a soft, and then you come up as soon as you cross half court and blitz them. They can catch teams off guard, but give Potomac State credit for how they handled that pressure.
Looks like we got it looks like a technical foul has been registered.
And that hurts. That hurts. I'm sorry to interrupt. That hurts Potomac State more, as that's Bryant's third personal. So they're gonna have to get him out the game.
Just even more emphasis on that ticky-tack foul we talked about earlier there on the transition game. So, and with that change, they're bringing 15, Peter Quay. Wilkes, Thompson in the paint, Yobi. Interesting matchup of bigs. Back to Thompson. Kicks it out. Grant. Thompson, three. Swish. Late contest there by Norton, but a big three. Deficit down to 2.
Yeah, you want to talk about a big three, but Thompson, the leader of this Potomac State team, might not be the best player, but he is a big leader for them. Incredibly vocal, sophomore, and he's kind of the heartbeat of their program, and that was a big shot to keep him in it.
Roche tries his hand to 3, misses long. Bounce back to him. Second chance, misses. Grant skies for the rebound, 1:50 left.
Very smart play there by Grant, grabbing it with 2 hands, not letting go, making sure it was clear, nobody around before he went. That was how it should have been done, and he should get a lot of credit for that.
Quay, Yobi got denied there by the padding of the rim there. Johnson, Norton, 3. The stroke is just fine. That's 6 points of both of the 3 variety by the Truth, Norton.
Yeah, and he's rewarding his team as he's in the starting lineup. Had a rough one in the game versus Catonsville, but he's bounced back the right way and has hit some big shots for Howard.
Grant drives. Lost his footing. Gonna call that the foul on Jaden Johnson.
Power foul number 1, Jaden Johnson is fouled.
Almost lost for that. It could have been close to a travel there, Sebastian.
Yeah, but I think that what the refs are saying was due to Johnson impeding the offensive player, it's what caused what caused the travel and hence the foul.
And down 1 minute left here in the first half. Catamounts down 5. Wilkes still searching for his first points. Grant, Thompson, 3, rhythm. Back of the rim, Enrique with the rebound. Great defense possession. Johnson floats it to Jami. And able to draw the foul. He's going to go to the line for 2. Foul starting to pile up for the Catamounts.
Potomac State foul number 23, Yanis Ubi.
Yeah, UB coming into the game, picking up his first personal, but Jami, he's very smart and intelligent, and he finds strong positions where he puts the defenders, whether big or small, at a deficit, and it leads to opportunities like this for him at the free throw line.
Knocking in crucial free throws. Get a little more breathing room away from this Potomac State team. Makes both 7-point advantage with 42.5 seconds left. Wilkes, that vaunted 2-2-1 press.
Yeah, which has basically prevented Potomac State from going 2 for 1.
And they break it in success. UB with the 2.
Yeah, so if you're Howard here, you hold for the last shot, and I expect to see Johnson try to create some dribble penetration and whatnot, and we'll see what occurs from that.
As the difference, it's about even, so this last shot will be for the Dragons. Roche got his pocket picked, fighting for it, Jami and Quay. And with that, that's going to be the end of the first half here. Here on semifinal Friday, the 1 seed Howard Dragons lead the 5 seed Potomac State Catamounts 31-26. And we'll see you guys back here in 15. Tim Tootin Jr., Sebastian Merrick. Be back. Getting ready to start this second half on semifinal Friday. Dragons up by 5. And interesting note, looking at the first half stats, Sebastian Cameron Wilkes, 0 points, scoreless, 0 for 6.
Yeah, unlike him. Very unlike him. I will say I do think he is nowhere near 100%. He came in with a noticeable limp. We know he's got a hand injury as well, which is affecting him. So I do think he's just trying to gut it out. But for him to have 0 points on 0 for 6 shooting and them to only be down 5 is pretty stunning, to be quite honest with you, because you would think that they wouldn't have much other impact, but Andre Grant's had a solid half of 7 points.
Yep.
Eugene Bryant, 8 points, but he's got 3 fouls, so he's got to be careful. And Charlo, in his brief spell, had a good half as well.
And then on the side here for the Dragons, the story they have is definitely Truth Norton with the 2 big threes there. He's got 8 points total, and then Barfield come up with 4 off the bench there. As Manji on the first possession travels there.
Yeah, it's not what Coach Smelkinson wanted to see coming out of the half. I haven't seen him that upset in a long time, just losing his mind over there, screaming at Jami. But I think one thing you're going to see from the Dragons coming out in this half, I think you're going to see a lot less threes and a lot more attacking the basket in this half.
Charlo over to Wilkes. And the Dragons in the 2-3 zone here. With Norton and Johnson at the top. And there is a tough foul there on Bryant. That is number 4. A quick trip to the bench. Goodness.
Yeah, it's a big blow for Potomac State, and on something as little as a moving screen, but can't stick your hip out like he did on that one, and they're going to spot it more often than not.
Dean has it on the wing. Swinging it around the top of the key. Norton to Johnson. Finding the hole in the zone. Maji. Mismatch on Wilkes. Turn. And gets the front shooter's roll to fall.
Yeah, Jami getting the dominant position on that one and getting the roll to go. Dragons got him trapped on the sideline. Looked like he stepped out of bounds.
Got away with that one. And Grant goes to the rack here and drawing the foul there on Dean there.
Yeah, good take by Dean, taking initiative, going to the basket. Can't really tell on our replay feed whether Thompson stepped out of bounds prior to releasing it. I thought he did, but
I'm just happy that ball wasn't knocked away. The glasses might have been taking an effect.
Nonetheless, Grant to the line for 2.
And Dragons student section coming alive under this basket. And it works as he misses the first. Andre Grant had 13 points and 3 steals yesterday, including the big 3, the dagger 3 that put them ahead yesterday to beat Garrett College in the quarterfinal yesterday. 1 of 2 on the trip.
Grant after the free throw, that's a little something to say to the student section, telling them to quiet down. I don't think that's going to work. I think it's, if anything, going to get him to be even louder.
Enrique passes it back. Maji cutting. Enrique's. Nice dish.
But notice every possession for Howard has been down low inside. That's why I thought it was going to be coming out of this half. You're going to see a lot of them attacking the basket, looking for layups.
Access denied. Dean and Maji in there to block the shot for Thompson and able to draw the foul. On Peter Quay, first personal.
Turnover to the Dragons.
Yeah, Quay just a little too aggressive on that one, trying to get the ball loose from Jami Enriquez, and then wasn't successful on that.
3-2 zone action here for the Catamounts. Manji flashed in the paint, knocked away. Here's Grant coming the other way. Does not have the numbers. Wilkes, Grant, corner 3. Shot is long. Student section lets him know about it. Second chance and draws the foul. And we'll see round 2 to here. Grant versus the student section of the Dragons.
Yes, we will, and it's sure to be a nice little battle, as they had a little something to say to him prior to him attacking the basket, but he has the last laugh for now. Let's see what he does at the line.
First one is good.
You can tell this kid's a gamer, though, Andre Grant. Freshman, 6-foot guard, be in this pressure spot, and be as good as he's been these past couple games. He's a gamer.
And 1 for 2 on the trip. So it seems to be working. Johnson out over to Norton, left key. Had 8 points in the first half. Enrique, corner, front of the rim miss. Thompson rebound.
That's not the shot Howard was looking for. A fadeaway long two by Enriquez. That is the shot that Potomac State is looking for. Gotta have better shot selection. Dragons can get whatever they want inside.
Grant to the rack. Misses the back of the rim.
Out of bounds. Turnover.
Last touch by Potomac State.
Yeah, on that drive there by Grant, I'll be honest, I thought Jami was a little late and maybe could have got a blocking foul on that, but nonetheless, still Dragons ball.
Looks like he might have been right in that restricted area. Norton, Enrique, swing it all around the key. Top of the key, shot clock down to 10. Norton loses it, gets it back. Back to Johnson, all in one motion. Misses the 3 short. Wilkes with the rebound.
And they got to get Cam Wilkes going. It's Potomac State. They put in an admirable fight, but if Cam Wilkes has 0 points, they're not going to win the game. It's just really as simple as that. They got to get Cam Wilkes going and try to get him the ball and see if he can provide some magic.
And the missed shot there by Peter Quay. Last touch by the Dragons. So Wilkes will go ahead and inbound it. Pick set there by Charlo. Grant brings it around. Pick set by Quay. Bounce past Wilkes. Creates through the air. Shot denied. Dragons the other way. Norton lays it in. It is Truth Norton's game to lose.
Yeah, he's been playing phenomenal today. He's done everything that the Dragons have required of him, and then some, both offensively and defensively. Norton now 4 or 5 from the field. Dragons trying to extend this lead to double digits.
Currently at 9. Thompson steps back 3. Yes! Big shot. And way to stop the momentum momentarily here for the Dragons. As we're at 16:03, we're going to take a media break. 6-point deficit for Potomac State, trying to hang around. Back from the media timeout break. Game 1 of 2, semifinal Friday. The 1 seed Howard Dragons up on the 5 seed Potomac State Catamounts 37-31. 5 minutes into the second half. Jami in the paint. Back to Johnson. Float. Game is pure.
That's the pure shooter's touch right there.
Yeah.
You got to have a very soft touch to get that up there, and a big response basket for the Dragons.
Good feed, Wilkes. Charlo able to draw the foul on Dean. That was a dangerous pass here by Quay. Almost got stolen away.
Yeah, it was. And you can tell Potomac State's a little rattled right now, and they just got settled down a little bit on the offense, and we're going to get a media timeout.
We'll see what Charlo does when we get back at the free throw line. Back here, 15:33 left here, first game. Daniel Charlo looking to bring the deficit down to 6. First one is good. And the iron unkind to Charlo on that second free throw.
And student section got live for that one. They're a little quiet on the first one, uncharacteristic for them, but they rose to the occasion on the second one.
It's been effective thus far. Truth 3. Circles out. He's looking to go a perfect 3 for 3 right there.
Here comes the dreaded 2-2-1 for Howard. Let's see if they can cause a turnover or some distress for the Potomac State offense.
Wilkes.
They break that with ease.
15 minutes left. Grant guarded by Norton. Nice bounce pass to Thompson along the baseline. Picks up his dribble. Great pressure defense by Henrique. Shot clock is down to 5. Catamounts got to go. Wilkes, deep 3. Misses long. Struggles continue. As Jaden Johnson with the save of a lifetime, and Dean finishes for the and one.
What a crazy sequence that was. His first Johnson with the save almost took out not just myself, but he took out both me and you at the same time. And then Dean attacks the basket, and Quay, unfortunately, shifts over a little too late, and Dean gets the and one to go.
Looking to finish the job at the line. And does just that. 6'2" sophomore from Elkridge, Maryland, by way of Long Reach High School. Thompson, trapped by Norton. They're tight roping it. And there's a push foul there. At nearly half court there.
Yeah, that was tough. That was a tough
foul.
position for Wilkes, kind of tight roping the half court line, trying to avoid the backcourt, but a little ticky-tack foul called before that.
Almost stolen by Norton with his length. Wilkes, Grant, Three. Air ball. And the student section is really letting them hear it on this one.
Yeah. Yeah, so much so that our PA announcer, Isaac Donsky, is giving the students a warning to make sure they stay off the floor.
Double-digit lead here. And Naya's the block there by Graham makes up for the air ball on the defensive end here with a block.
Yeah,
Wilkes.
this is a true test for Potomac State in terms of adversity. They guarantee they've not faced this much adversity or this big of a challenge all year.
Wilkes is on the scoreboard for three.
Yeah, it was about time. There's no way the leading scorer in Region 20 Division II play was going to go scoreless. The average is over 20 a game. Finally on the board for Potomac State. They need more of that from him.
That could be the start of something. As Enrique can't finish with these one under the bucket. Transition opportunity here for the Catamounts. Wilkes spins. Pick by Quay. Left hand. Try to find Charlo in the paint. Knocked away by Enrique.
Turnover to the Catamounts. Re-entering the game for the Dragons, number 15, Arthur Roche.
And Roche subbing into the game. Dean heading over to the bench. Wilkes, as usual, inbounding under the basket. Charlo, dangerous pass, fighting for it with Jami.
Jump ball.
And it's a jump ball. We're going to stay right here with Potomac State.
Good job by the Dragons getting active hands on that ball to force that jump ball, and now they get the next possession arrow.
And there's the clear out pass to Grant. Wilkes, bounce pass to Grant. Thompson, 10 on the shot clock. And a little shuffling the feet there. Grant, he went a little fast before his feet could move there for the travel.
Yeah, and Grant just sometimes that happens with quick shifty guards where you know you want to do something and just a little too quick.
Yeah.
And just go before they put the ball down, and obviously that can't work in the game of basketball.
And nice pass over there to Enrique. He's able to draw the foul on the bigs. And that's going to be on Daniel Charlo. I think that's going to be his third personal. Johnson will inbound it underneath the basket. Bounce pass, great one to Roche, and one! Arthur Roche.
That's
great play.
That is a huge play, like you said. And, man, that's such a gut punch for Potomac State. Baseline out of bounds. And then Roche, just a really great job sealing his defender and just getting up stronger. Thompson laid on that three-point play opportunity for the Dragons.
But cannot convert the N1 there. But to your point, that was a beautiful seal-off and an even better pass there by Johnson. Quay over to Wilkes. 12:48 left in the game. Catamounts down 9 points. Grant on the left wing, guarded by Norton. Charlo flashing in the middle of the zone, the foul line. Now called up by Wilkes for the pick. Little bump, corner. Thompson, he's been hot and continues the three-point hot shooting. Again, just you talked about earlier, the sophomore leadership. Thompson, a big three. With a full timeout here with 12:22 left. And the deficit's still at 6 here. So the Catamounts are still kind of hanging around. They're within reach. If they can maybe get a little more from Grant and still some contributions from Wilkes.
Yeah, and you make a good point, but it really the Potomac State's success has revolved around Cameron Wilkes throughout their entire season. And 1 of 9 on the game, 1 of 4 from 3. It's a tough way to go. And they need more from him. They need more from him. I think in order for them to have a realistic chance of winning this game, Wilkes has got to get in at least 10 points or more. It's a big ask, but at this point, but he's definitely more than capable of getting 7 more in 12-22. Potomac State, they're playing great defense overall, so they've proven they can get stops. It's just on the offensive end. They're getting stifled a little bit. The different looks the Dragons are throwing at them is kind of confusing them. That's where I would make sure the ball's in Wilkes or Thompson's hands. Maybe use Grant as an off-ball scoring threat. So there's many different options and ways Potomac State can go about doing things here.
And with the struggles of Wilkes, the scoring department has been led by Thompson. With that 3, he's got 11. Grant with 8. Charlo with 4, although he's been limited with some foul trouble. But haven't seen a lot of him on the glass in the second half here. They've been kind of kept at bay.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And for Thompson, going back to that last 3 that he hit, to hit that right after he gave up a really costly and one, shows that he's a quick memory, moves on, doesn't let the last play affect him. So give him credit for strong mental toughness there.
Roche with 7 on the shot clock. Mismatch on Wilkes. And good job there by Wilkes. They draw the charge on Roche.
Yeah, it's an interesting call there by the referees. It looked like Roche definitely leaned in his shoulder to an extent. I don't know if I agree with that call. I think Wilkes was moving. I don't think he leaned in his shoulder to create the extension necessary or create the force that Wilkes used to kind of fall down. I think it was a little much, but more often than not, referees will call it. It's just a personal pet peeve of mine that I don't think enough contact was given there. But
And
I move on and digress.
press broken. Thompson, Wilkes, Graham back to Wilkes. Quick ball movement to create Charlo underneath. Nice block there by Roche.
Yeah, Charlo didn't need to go underneath the basket there, in my opinion. He could have just gone up with the strong right hand, maybe even try to dunk the ball there. I think as soon as you go under the basket, you allow your defender to gain some ground.
And what a pass by Johnson to Roche, just out of the reach of Wilkes.
Yeah, that's a play they work on a lot in practice. I've been there in those practices before. That's a play that's really only for Roche, and nonetheless, Roche gets it to go with his excellent hops and blocking foul on the drags.
Our 35, Anthony Jami hits third.
It's a third personal there on Jami, and subbing in the game for him is Colin Harshman. 8-point advantage here for the Dragons, as Barfield is on the floor, number 2 for the Dragons as well. Grant has it on the left wing after the inbounds and hands it off to Wilkes, guarded by Barfield. Quay dishes it back out. Grant misses a 3. Thompson rebound. Turnaround, in and out, the iron unkind. Rebound, Enriquez.
Yeah, Potomac State had 2 really good looks from 2 reliable players and just couldn't get either one of those looks to go.
Harshman over to Johnson. Drives to his left. A nice bounce pass. Enrique. Altered shot there. Wilkes pressing. Left hand. Nicely off the glass. That's 5 for Wilkes.
Love the aggression there by Wilkes there, going coast to coast, knowing he has a guard on him, doesn't need to look for anybody else. One-on-one, takes the guard to the hole, lays it in.
Down 6. Roche. Johnson trying to break the zone. Roche flashes to the foul line. Johnson takes his hand to 3. Misses it. Barfield with the rebound. Right place. Spin, turn off the side of the rim. Charlo rebound.
Yeah, I didn't like the initial shot there by Johnson. It was a very deep 3. That's a shot that Potomac State is more than comfortable giving up. I think the Dragons need to go inside more.
Grant. Wilkes. 10 on the shot clock. Nice smooth. Wilkes trying to draw the foul. Misses. Bill Barfield tries to save it, but his foot is on the line. It's probably one he could have let go there.
Yeah, but your natural instinct is to go for it, and I think the referees are going to discuss it. And it will be Potomac State ball.
The fresh 20 on the clock. And Wilkes will inbound it. Thompson has it. Over to Grant. Quay. Enriquez. Spin move. Can't finish. Had a good look, could not finish.
Yeah, very good look there, and really should be knocking those down, but could not do so on that one.
Grant almost had a steal, but got caught with his hand in the cookie jar.
Potomac State foul on number 4, Andre Grant, his second.
Only his second foul.
So now both teams in the bonus the rest of the way.
Yeah.
I think you'll see a lot of times where both teams will look to take the initiative, drive to the basket. Howard, I think, is looking for that. I know that's what the coaches want to see. They want to see you drive to the basket and not really shoot long threes, but we'll see what happens. Instead, you get a turnover.
Harshman's pass is deflected there by Thompson. Wilkes, wide open three. Big shot. Just what they need.
Yeah, that was a big shot.
Huge.
But if you're the Dragons, you got to know where he is at all times. That's the one guy you can't let beat you.
You got to know where he is. And it seemed like you see on the replay, Colin Harshman just lost him.
Yeah, it's a tough break for the Dragons there. Harshman not really the best defender to begin with, and that's the risk when you put him out on the floor.
Roche, three, misses the front of the rim. Advantageous for Henriquez, and his shot is in and out. An opportunity here for the Catamounts.
Dragons once again settling for jump shots, not attacking the basket.
Wilkes trying to draw the foul.
Out of bounds.
And it's going to go out of bounds. Looks like the officials are letting them play there. As Andre Grant talking to the official, said, hey, you think that was a foul there? A little contact there.
I think that's a good no call personally. I don't think Enriquez moved side to side. It looked like. I can understand the Potomac State frustration there, but it looked to me like it was no call. It really could have gone either way, to be honest with you.
50-50 call. Agreed. Barfield over to Dean. Back to Barfield. Dean flashes to the left. Johnson, bounce pass. Jami, back to Johnson. Size is taking in the paint. And I don't know how he made that, but amongst all the trees and confusion today, I don't know how Johnson made that bucket.
Did it with good, strong aggression to the basket and will and determination there. And again, the Potomac State doesn't really have much interior presence besides Charlo. So I think they got to attack the basket, and you're going to get a foul on the Dragons.
You got to reward Johnson. Andre Grant taking it to the cup there. And he's going to back to the free throw line here. And we'll see round 3 between Grant and the student section after this media timeout. 48-43. Dragons holding on to this lead. We'll see you back here. .26 left here. 48-43 is the score in favor of Howard. Andre Grant back at the free throw line. Round 3 here with the student section. He's currently sitting at 9 points, 3 assists, 3 steals.
Couple misses from the free throw line as well. So let's see if he can go 2 for 2.
Gets the roll in that one. Now he's at 3 of 5 from the line. Trying to make it 4 of 6. Dashes in.
Yeah, Grant wins the battle between the student section full of our men's lacrosse players and track and field players. But nonetheless, 3-point game here between these two squads.
In the paint, Jame scores over the smaller Cam Wilkes.
Yeah, big lay-in there from Jami, and it really was a beautiful pass that set up the lay-in that was by Johnson. He can make some really gorgeous passes, and he did so on that one.
There's Wilkes out to the left. Dean applying the pressure from the corner. Thompson, shot clock down to 5. They got to go. Charlo. Grant drives against the bigger Jami. Can't finish. And the poke in there by Charlo. Foul on him.
Yeah, that's Charlo's his 4th personal. Got to be smarter in that situation. Know you want to get the ball back. But now Dragons at the line with the bonus, and he's 1 foul away from disqualification.
And he's somebody who's been relatively quiet, but they cannot afford to lose his presence in the paint, is Daniel Charlo. As back here, the charity stripe is Emmanuel Enrique. 1 for 2 from the line today, sitting at 5 points, 8 rebounds, 2 blocks. And makes the first.
Big make on the front end of a 1-and-1. Gotta make your free throws to put games like these away.
And converts on both. Lead back to 7. 6:30 left. Grant to Wilkes. Pressure applied. They break that press. Quay drives, spins against Maji, and gets it in the and one. A huge bucket and confident booster for Peter Quay.
Yeah, Quay, the freshman, for player I wanted here at Howard. He's capable of stuff like that. He's big, strong, athletic, but he's got a little more agility than you think.
And a nice stroke from the free throw line there as well.
And like Grant, he's got something to stay to the student section. You can tell Potomac State's embracing this environment. Now, that could work to their advantage, could work to their disadvantage. We'll see. But it is cool to see the joy of the game that's being shown by them.
They're just trying to add the madness to the March Madness. As Barfield misses a 3, here comes Grant downside against Bean, and he erases it, and the student section loves it.
Yes, they do. Going back to that offensive possession by the Dragons, again, they're settling for long threes. Can't do that. Your Potomac State got to reset. Don't let the student section affect you. It was a block. You still got the ball.
Quay, try it again. No, bounce past Quay. Against Dean, and he draws the charge. Give it up for Christian Dean. Erases a shot in a crucial charge right here.
Yeah, gutsy to take it in front of a 6'6" forward, but he does. It looks like he was there. He definitely was. And big job, big play, big play by Christian Dean. Can't emphasize that enough.
Swings it over to Barfield. Johnson, Manji calling for it at the foul line. Barfield in the corner. Step back, floats it up, hits the back of the rim. Thompson rebound.
Not a good shot by the Dragons. Again, you got to attack the basket here. And as long as you settle for jumpers, Potomac State can stay alive in this one. It's a big possession for Potomac State. At some point, you got to get it to a one-possession game.
Play and miscommunication as Dean has it. Johnson gets it. And you got to commend the hustle there again for Dean and Johnson. He gets the ball and calls the foul on the Catamounts.
That's somebody who just wants it more than everybody else. That's all it is.
Yes.
Christian Jean just wanted more than everybody else on that one, and got the loose ball scramble. He's the only one on the that dives on the floor for it. Who wants it more drill? Dragons win. The who wants it more drill.
And you expect nothing less here in March. And misses the front end of 1-1 for Johnson. Still a two-possession game as Eugene Bryan playing with four fouls back under the game. Thompson, three, big three, in and out. Charlo on the board. Blocked by Dean. But the official says, got him on the forearm.
Big ORB
Ooh.
there by Charlo. And
huge rebound.
as he does a little mini push off on Jami there, and the Dean did get him on the arm. That's a good call by the referees there. And Charlo go to the line for two to try to make this a one possession game.
He's one of two today is Charlo. And in and out. I tell you, I don't know what's going on with these rim bands. I'm seeing, Sebastian, I'm seeing a lot of in and out of rattling. Is that very common with these rims? Has it been like that all year?
Nope, no, it's not. It's just they're missing shots. It's not like it's a special rim compared to everybody else. And Potomac State's going to burn their final timeout to try to keep this possession.
And tough empty trip there for Charlo for two on the trip, but Bryant getting the rebound. Sid again burned the last time out with 4:50. Anybody's game here is still down two possessions. If you're on the Catamount sideline, what are you trying to do to take this lead, Sebastian?
So, what I guarantee you what Coach Streets is drawing up, he's drawing up two different things. One, he's obviously drawing up a play, trying to settle his guys down as well, making sure they keep their composure. But I think he wants to get some action for Wilkes. Maybe you get a down screen where you get Wilkes off the corner. There's many things you can do. I think also defensively, I think you're talking about maybe do they throw in a little mini wrinkle on this defensive possession on a make. You talk really about two things, what you do on a make, what you do on a miss. But I think more importantly, the theme is let's just settle down. We know we can play with these guys. We've shown it. We're only within four. We're only down four with 4:50. That's an eternity in basketball.
Yes.
They're right there, and they've earned it, and they're right there with Cameron Wilkes only having 8 points on 3 of 13 shooting, who is their best player. So they've shown they can do it. So just settling the group down, trying to get a good look on this possession, and then discussing what they do defensively on the next possession based off a make or a miss.
And you're seeing Thompson under the bucket to inbound it. You usually see Wilkes doing that. And his kickball there by Dean, so Thompson will get it right back here under the basket again.
And we got a stoppage with the referees right now. I think they're reviewing time. Let's see if
adding a second back on there. Charlo, rebound, off the inbounds. Wilkes hits the back of the rim. That would have been huge if that would have fallen.
Great look. Great drawn up play there by Coach Streets. Just didn't get it to go, and that's kind of been the day for Cameron Wilkes. But I love that play design. Love the look that he got. Just couldn't hit the shot.
Dean drives. Big pro hop. Tried to get it over the longer Eugene Bryant. Rebound. Bryant. Fast break. Throws it down. Jam time to bring it to a one-possession game.
And Coach Smelkinson has seen enough. He is furious with the Dragons right now. That was pretty poor in transition, and they did not stop the ball, and a 30-second timeout will turn into a media timeout.
Stay tuned. Crunch time. Back here after the timeout, 4:20 left. Howard holding on to a 2-point lead. The Catamounts are breathing down the neck of the Dragons, if you will.
They definitely are. They are 100%. And you give them credit for sticking in this game. You know Coach Schmelkinson drawing something up. I think he wants to get a good look inside. We'll see what they come up with here.
And that's what John May was calling for it. Norton. Dean, 3. Hits the big 3.
Gamer.
Huge.
He's a gamer.
Unheralded gamer.
Dive on the ball, loot for the loose ball, saving that possession. Hits a huge 3 out of the timeout. Exactly what they need. And Norton gambles and should not have, and now Potomac State's going to go to the line.
Yeah, which is still only a 2-possession game. After a big 3. It's first foul here for Norton today. And here's Andre Grant at the rack, the foul line, looking to convert some crucial free throws. And this is the first.
Gotta make them. Gotta make your free throws. And Potomac State, coming down the stretch, have had it a little rough. They're 10 of 17 from the line.
Including the last 2 missed from Charlo. But here, Grant, he's been doing most of the half, splitting half and half with these free throws.
Very important possession here for Howard. You want to put your foot on their neck and just end this thing. Don't want to do anything else. Don't play around with your food. Get a good look inside. I love that. Love that play. Absolutely love it. Wish they did that more often if you were Coach Schmelkinson, I'm sure.
Greetings from Paris, France. Big shot there. 57-51, 3:13. Catamounts trying to stay alive. Grant, and a very late charge call there. Blocking foul offensively. Who was that on?
They're getting a moving screen on Bryant, which is he's done for the day. Bryant coming up on the screen. A very late call. Basically stuck his leg out, is what the official said. I don't know if I like that call too much, though. But nonetheless, the call was made. Potomac State, you got to play through it if you're the Catamounts.
6-point advantage for Howard here on semifinal Friday. Fighting for a spot in the championship tomorrow. Shot clock at 12. Norton denied on the drive by Wilkes. Johnson, 3. Misses. Enrique, great positioning. Important 2 points getting by Charlo.
Yeah, and Enrique snuck behind Charlo there. Kind of lost them for a split second. That's all it takes.
Thompson. And their aggressive foul there by Dean.
Another reach for the Dragons, and Dean now with his 4th. Very important player. Gotta be solid for the Dragons. You gotta be smart, sound. No need to gamble and reach on that one. Peter Clay, these are the biggest free throws of his collegiate career. Let's see if the freshman can handle it. You gotta make both in this situation, make this a 2-possession game.
Big free throws here for Clay. First one is good. And knocks down both of them 3 for 3 for the night at the foul line for Clay. Johnson over to Dean. Enrique, the free throw line. Drive, strong, finish, and draws the foul. And again, Sebastian, there's another example, as you said, one of the better finishers, or the better ones on the team, able to draw the foul there.
And Charlo picking up his 5th, which will end his night. Big blow for Potomac State as he is their primary rim protection option. Now they're going to have to go small and basically, in effect, Athlete probably gang rebound here. That Charlo was really important for them to clean up the glass.
Enrique 3 of 4 from the line tonight. 4 of 5.
Entering the game for the Dragons, number 15, Arthur Roche.
Roche subbing in for Dean. One of 2 on the trip. 7-point advantage. 2:10 left in the game. Catamounts running out of time.
Gotta go quick if you're Potomac State here. Clock is not your friend.
And Grant drives, doesn't get to fall amongst the contact of Roche and Jami. And off the jump ball, it's going to the Dragons.
Re-entering the game for the Dragons, number 24, Christian D.
Yeah, Grant on the drive. Looked for contact there. I thought that was good, solid defense from Jami. And now Howard really with the opportunity here to put this thing away.
And 1:50 left here in the game. Norton back to Johnson. And they're going to try to bleed some time here left. Smelkinson telling Norton to come up on the side on the wing. Norton down at 5, 4, 3. Lost the handle. Johnson throws it up. And it's a shot clock violation.
Shot clock violation. Turnover for the Catamounts.
So a win there for the Catamounts.
Re-entering the game for the Dragons, number
Not the worst case scenario, though, for Howard. You bleed off 30 seconds of that clock. So the worst thing would have been a quick missed shot or a quick turnover. You bleed 30 off the clock. You're still in a pretty good position here in the 3-possession game.
And there's Wilkes. Drives. Float left hand. Long. Rebound Roche. Rally pass. Truth Norton is the truth with the tomahawk slam that might send them to the championship game tomorrow.
Yeah, Enriquez made a bad mistake there. Did not need to do that at all. Grabbing his arm. Bad play there by Enriquez. He knows better than that. And Potomac State will get 3 points at the line potentially.
That's 4th on Enriquez. We got Cam Wilkes back at the foul line. Excuse me, his first time at the free throw line tonight. Sitting at 8 points. First one is good. Dean coming back in for Roche. Two for 2 on the trip. Down 7.
It'll be interesting to see, is Potomac State foul here, or they were going to let this play out? There's the foul by Thompson. And this is and Norton would be someone I'd feel comfortable sending to the line if I'm Potomac State. I don't want to send Johnson to the line. I wouldn't want to send Dean to the line. I think everybody else, I would feel comfortable sending everybody else in the lineup to the line.
We'll see what we can see happens here with Norton at the line. Got 12 points. And this is the first.
Re-entering the game of the Dragons, number 15.
After he had such a strong finish to the first half. Made a few plays in transition on defense. And 1 of 2. 1 minute remaining. Wilkes.
1 minute to go.
Spin move. Dribbles in between track and gets the foul. That's on Roche.
Arthur Roche.
Don't understand why the Dragons keep fouling when you're up 8. The one thing that helps Potomac State is points with the clock stopped. Dragons gotta stop fouling in these situations. You gotta play just straight up solid defense. If they score, so be it. You're in a 3-possession game. Now you give them 3 points. You make it a 2-possession game.
I just read the lips of Coach Smelkinson. That's what he said. Stop fouling. Stop fouling. And 1 of 2. Rare miss there for Wilkes.
Interested that Potomac State took their guys off the line there. I would have thought they would like to crash, but they don't, and we got a
Norton
complete defensive breakdown.
doesn't. 42 seconds left. The Howard Dragons closing in on making a return trip to the championship game as Thompson calmly knocks down a three. Not going without a fight. They're down 6. 35 seconds left.
You got foul, Enriquez here. Good job by Enriquez giving it up. Very smart play. Coach Moraz off the bench immediately, congratulating Enriquez for giving it up to Johnson. That's a good coach right there, Coach Moraz. But nonetheless, that was the right play by Enriquez. As you see,
he just jumped
right there,
bench.
just jumping right off the bench, giving him a high five. Gotta love it. Love Coach Moraz. But great play by Enriquez and Johnson going to the line to try and make this a 3-possession game.
1 of 2 from the line tonight for Johnson, who had a big game for the Dragons in game 1 against Catonsville. As a little bit of a slow start, he finished with 22 points, 3 of 4 from the outside, and a perfect 7 for 7 from the charity stripe. That went a long way to allowing this Dragons team to be here on semifinal Friday. 8-point lead. Time running out. Wilkes, 3. Rims out. Jami with the rebound. And shot clock is turned off. And all the Dragons got to do is dribble out the clock. As Thompson tries to steal it, Enrique has it. Shot clock down to 5. Game clock to 4, 3, 2, 1. And the host team, your one-seeded Howard Dragons, moving back, coming back to Championship Saturday. They beat the Catamount 67-59. A valiant effort from a 1 seed. Going back to the title game, Sebastian.
Yeah, big effort in the second half there by the Dragons. They stuck out. They just fought through the end. But give Potomac State a ton of credit. They put up such a battle. And for it to be a single-digit game with Cam Wilkes only having 11 points on 3 for 16 shooting, they deserve a lot. They deserve a lot and whatnot. So proud of the Catamounts. They should be very proud. But congratulations to the Dragons. Business as usual, though, for Howard in terms of getting back to the finals.
And now we'll see what happens for the next game coming up. Game 2 of 2. The 7th-seeded Chesapeake Skipjacks will face off against the Montgomery College Raptors. As this is the highest seed remaining, the Chesapeake Skipjacks. And we'll see if they can pull off yet another upset. As we'll be back here in 20 minutes, Tim Toon Jr., Sebastian Merrick. See you in 20.